Well, we're going to give this a shot, coming to you from an undisclosed location. Hopefully this works, man. Yeah, I had to move down to the office because I had to be closer to the modem, apparently. So Comcast don't want to hear my ass tomorrow if this doesn't work. But anyway, we got some football to talk about, man.
It seems to be working perfectly now, buddy. Let's go.
Hey, let's cross our fingers. Let's go. And welcome in to episode 117 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons Fancast. My name is John, your host. Finally coming to you from the VarietySports Network here in the Clutch Studios. And in the Clutch actually is the studio name now, because that's one of our sponsors with the VarietySports. Great clothing, very cool stuff. They actually have a Dirty Bird shirt. It says, you know how like OnlyFans. It says like only Dirty Birds, and it's got in that.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious.
That. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I love it.
But anyway, sorry for the delay, guys. In the almost 2 years of doing this shit, I've never had any issues with my internet connection, and it was just, I don't know what it was doing. So I had to move down next to the modem here in the office. So hopefully we have a clean show and everything goes well. But glad to be here tonight, man. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. It was just a crazy storm here, but I've been heavy with work. But I'm loving it, man. I'm loving life right now. I feel great. I'm ready to do the show. I'm happy. I know with some people in the chat that I've been waiting to talk to about some news, and I'm just excited, buddy.
Yeah, man. We'll get to the chat here in a few. Want to welcome everybody again. If you're new to the show, whether you're watching or listening, man, greatly appreciate you. If you're watching here on YouTube, drop us a sub, a like. The like button just helps us get out there to more Falcons fan. Share it. Hey, the more we can get, the season's about to start, so we want to get as many Falcons fans watching and involved as possible. So the internet, we started off, if y'all don't know, Mike and I have been fans since 91. We just started off as basically just an audio podcast. It's now morphed into this live YouTube show pretty much every week, and twice a week during the season. So we'll have a recap show for you on Sunday at 4 p.m. If y'all are chilling on a Sunday afternoon, have nothing to do, come hang out with us. We'll recap the game.
We'll recap that W.
That's right. And we have a busy week coming up, dude. We have a busy week. Monday night, 7:30, we're going to be on 95 North Falcons Talk Show with breaking down the entire NFC. So we're going to go through each division and just hit down, like, well, obviously, we're going to talk about our Falcons. We're going to hit every division, talk about that. And then Wednesday night, I think probably 8 p.m., we're going to have a simulcast with our friends and from One Time for the Fan. I was going to say boys, but I can't anymore. I can't say boys anymore with Kiara there, so I can't say our boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, so we'll be live on their channel and on our channel, and just have a great time with those guys. So it'll be fun with Jack, Bodie, Kiara, Chase, whoever's there that night, man. Oh, shout out to Chase. If you're here, buddy, I haven't got the chat yet. Brand new baby, welcomed into the world.
Hey, cheers to Chase.
That's right. That's great news, man. Hope everything's going good there. We do have a guest tonight, and it was last minute, but we haven't seen this dude since the draft party. And there he is.
My man, Trey.
Yo.
New Millennium Falcons podcast. Trey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. I thought I was going to be super late, so I'm glad, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties on y'all's end, but I think John just wanted to show off that little degree up there on the wall. I don't know. I think he's trying to flex on us today with that education.
The one that I'm not even using. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. No, Trey, man.
Hey, we haven't seen you since the Bijan pick.
That's right.
Hey, man, it's been a while, and a lot has happened since then.
Yep.
No. I also heard some congratulations in order for you, right?
Yeah. Thanks, man. That's right. Your boy a couple weeks ago did what the Falcons are hopefully going to do in the future, very near future, and got a ring. So got married.
There it is.
That's
Congrats,
right.
Buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a great day. And right before football season. So now now I can focus right now.
Now,
I love it.
did you already like sit down? I mean, are there already like kind of rules in place? Like you can Sundays
Oh
are kind
no,
of
no.
yours.
Oh man, we've been together so long that no.
Good.
She already
All right,
knows
so
how
not
to.
even an
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
No, yeah. She brought him up in the vows, man. She
Shout out to Miss
she
Trey.
I
knows.
love it. I love it. That is great. But that's similar, dude. That's kind of how we were when we got. I mean, like she already knew.
Oh yeah,
You know,
like nothing's different.
I was
My
basically
hand's
like
just heavier, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You said my hand just heavier.
Well, see, Amanda's she's an NFL fan. She's a college fan, but she's really more like a baseball fan than anything. And I was like,
Okay.
which is great because so am I. But I told her, I just need like 16 Sundays a year.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
hopefully like 21, but like 16,
21, but
17 now. But yeah, exactly. But no, man, it's awesome to have you back on, man. Like I said, it's been a bit, and I know you guys are just starting back up again. So before we get going, tell everybody about New Millennium Falcons, what y'all got planned for this season.
Oh man, can you say that again, John? You cut out a little on my side.
That figure. See, Comcast is going to hear my ass tomorrow. I'm telling you. Just tell everybody what's you got going on with New Millennium Falcons this season. 'Cause I know you guys just started back up and about to get going.
Yeah, man, just started back up. So the boys were all busy with our own endeavors this summer, and now we've gotten things taken care of. So we'll be coming back. Our goal is to be shooting on Mondays this year, so we're gonna be trying to do a little bit of game reviews, game previews, looking ahead at the week, talking about what happened Sunday. So we're getting it going, and we should have a show this next week coming up here. And yeah, just it's been great podding with the guys again, talking. I told Fleek, I said he's the lost brother of the Out of Your Falcon Mind crew in the last episode. I was like, man, we're gonna have to start doing some more shows before he signs that new contract, man.
Yeah.
No, man.
Y'all are guys, man. I swear to God,
yeah.
we love y'all.
Yeah, man.
The feeling is obviously mutual, man. Y'all are the best.
Yeah, dude. Fleet came over and we went out to training camp because he's only about 25 minutes from me. So
that's right.
We rode out to training camp together, and we thought like, shit, we're just gonna do a show, man. Just come on and you were there with us, just talk about it with us,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it's been great. We got to get Adam back on at some point. I know his schedule's crazy too, but get the whole crew back on at some point actually. But yeah, man. So it's been busy, man, for all of us. I easily vouch for that. I know Mike's been going. He just moved. Dude, he just moved. It's been nuts.
Bro, this has been nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I mean,
I swear to God, like I'm still not caught up on everything. Like just
you can't after a move.
Dog, it's no catch. I'm so behind. I'm still just running every day. I'm gonna get to the point, but it'll be like in a week or two.
Yeah, exactly. So real quick, man, we'll jump in the chat, see who is there. I think he was Berto pissed off about we had. Sorry, man. Sorry we were late. Don't blame me. Blame Comcast, man. I'm telling you.
He was late.
Blame man. It's going to hopefully good to see you, man.
No worries. Thank you, buddy.
Miss Pam, what's
up?
Carrie, she said, oh, man, I guess I'm forced to watch this Pats versus Texas games a little bit longer. How's CJ doing? I'm not even on. Are you watching, Trey? Have you seen?
I haven't seen. I came straight from work. Yeah, I haven't had a chance yet.
Pretty much same here too, man. Yeah, so hopefully said the only reason for bad connection is our secondary breaking up passes. I love it.
That's a good mentality.
That's right. Sorry. Bubba Gump. What's up, man? Thomas, man. Good to see you, man. Rise up. There's Chase. Good.
Chase, congrats, Chase.
That's right, man. Congrats, buddy. Gracie, what's up, John? Mike, less than 24 hours till Falcons football. Oh, sorry, buddy. Good.
Yep. You damn right. Finally, I'll be at the game tomorrow, man. Hey, tell Lisa I said what's up. Y'all need to hang out. That'll be dope. Take some good pictures and spy on the opponents. Steal some plays for us. Spygate 101. Carrie and Lisa, Spygate. I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
Red Swarm said, what's up, fellas? Let's get into it. Rise up. Hey, football coming. I'm getting excited. Bodie, that's my man. Feed the streets. I'm out of my fucking mind. What's up, Bodie?
Hey, buddy. Looking forward to next Wednesday, dude. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
Ant, what's up, buddy?
Ant, what's good, man?
Jordan, what's going on, man?
Michael. Carrie said, wait. John, hey, I swear. I'm sitting back. It's kind of prideful. I feel kind of good. I hate to see him do it, but the evil part of my heart is smiling because I'm like, finally, somebody that's not me. It's him doing it. I got a perfect. I'm crystal clear. I could go all day. Now, John is the one cutting out.
Man, the only plus is I have a more comfortable chair. Like I can rotate,
Mhm.
I can recline. That's the only plus to this. That's it. I mean, like the door's closed, but I mean,
Yeah.
kid could be screaming at Madden at some point. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah. And say, I'm so ready for this game tomorrow. I'm ready for this. Yeah, I'm ready for this W. Oblivion, what's up?
Oblivion, good to see you, brother. Mike Town,
Mac,
what's going on, man?
what up?
Wallace, good to see
there
you, man.
go. What's up? Thank you, Miss Pam. Yeah, bro. This is my favorite logo. Is the old one. Liam, what's up,
Liam?
buddy?
Good to see you, buddy.
I love the old jerseys, the old logos. I love the old stuff. I love the old stories. I love all the old stuff. Berto, yeah. Monday, we gonna turn up with Berto. Yeah, man. Trey, that extended cousin who used to deal drugs, but he got his life together. And he everybody role model now. That's Trey. We love him. And congrats to Trey, man, because that's big news.
That's right, man. Art, what's up, buddy?
Angel, my man, what's up?
See, Kerry said they took CJ out before the first quarter, extended 2 for 4, 13 yards, 0 touchdown, 1 bad interception.
He's a rookie interception.
Yep. Yeah, man. Buddy said congrats, and then Liam said I'll be yelling if Fleek plays. He's been trying. Fleek beat him on Madden that same day at the training camp. So he's been trying to get a. He's been trying to get a
rematch, huh?
He's trying to get a rematch. He learned some things. So Fleek was putting people in motion. So he was like, "Oh shit, what's happening here?" So it's a little different for him, but he's learning. I was like, "Dude, you guys got to learn now. You got to learn how to do it now, man." Wolf, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother.
Wolf.
All right, man. So y'all still
I just want to say this. Shout out to Fleetwood for just coming with a no let off when playing a child. I think more of us need to do that. Like I'm sending people in motion. I'm playing at my full capacity. Fleek, you dead wrong, but you dead right. I love you, buddy.
Oh shit, that was
sending
hilarious.
people in motion, calling on blitzes, just doing all type.
I told him it is. You're gonna have, you never know, dude. One time, what's up, Jack?
Uh-oh.
See you, man.
You got a challenge, Fleet.
That's right. All right, man. So let's get into just a little bit of news before we get into the Dolphins and what's going on this week. So basically, since we were last on, they updated the Okudah injury. Y'all all know by now he's not going to be back until early part of the season, says Arthur, which is probably the best case scenario. I mean, at least it's not season ending, and after hearing Jerry Gray talk, man, the more I'm really glad that he is here with us because, he talked about just the whole mental side of the game that it's involved with an injury because obviously Jeff's been through it before. Jerry was through it in his career, he told him like, dude, you can't just chill now. And you need to prepare like you're playing this game. So when you're back, there's no, like, you have to catch up on preparing and you have to catch on the physical. Like you're right there. All you got to do is focus on, physically getting back. So, I mean, we talked about Jerry Gray being that really good, maybe, sneaky, really solid addition to this coaching staff, and just hearing him speak for the 15 minutes he did the other day, yeah, I mean that definitely reinforced it for me, man. What do you think, Trey?
Yeah, man. When Gray talks, people listen. That's a real veteran coach. That's a coach that players respect, former player, everything like that. So it's great having him in the building, especially just because that wealth of knowledge is going to pass on to Nielsen as well, right? He's super young. This is his first DC job. They're really probably operating more like co-DCs, which is an environment that Nielsen just came from anyways. So, Gray was a great hire. And I think it just kind of solidified the defensive mind, the scheme, everything like that, giving Nielsen somebody he can really lean on. And the Okudah injury, I think you touched on a good point when you mentioned the mental aspect of the game. A lot of people are still not really sure about the Okudah move in terms of payoff. They're like, oh, he's a bust before, things like that. You got to remember he was stuck with Matt Patricia as a rookie. Everything that we've learned about that environment is just simply that it was toxic. So if you're in an environment like that and you're already dealing with injuries as a player, it's pretty easy to see why maybe things weren't really the best fit for him there. And then it just sounds like a totally new world when you got Gray coming on here saying, oh, no. Like you're still prepping for the game. You still got to act. You still got to do things the right way to be ready to go. And that's just everything you want to hear from your coach.
Oh yeah. Mike.
I say shout out to Nielsen. Cause I think, he went and got his like man, almost like an equal instead of he could have got a subordinate. Like I feel like he went and got an equal, which means he was still like, I need help with this. I'm trying to learn. So that's only I when you get that job, his like whole like ego could have took over. And I know now I'm gonna get to do it my way completely. I don't gotta, and I think he went and got a co-coach that's his equal. I think they are back there and equal. And
Gray was a candidate for DC. He was interviewed for the position.
I truly think it's two of them. I really think it's two. I just think it's two of them. And that to me is the dopest shit ever. I really think it's two of them. And I think they equal. I don't think one is above. I think he went and got his homie that is also his coach, like who he can help him. And then he kind of infect him with a young energy. I believe we have two, and I mean two damn good ones. So I'm in heaven right now. Like that's so important because no matter who you got on the field, if they ain't right, you know. So I'm so excited about them. But I believe we got two.
Yeah, man. And when I first saw or heard about the Jeff going down, I mean, that's the first thing I thought about was like, shit. Mentally, he's gonna be crushed because the Achilles, then coming back from that, having a good bounce back season. He didn't get the 5th year picked up, so like this is his year to really like prove it. And then he gets hurt. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna be down like hard on himself. And then luckily it wasn't nothing serious, but regardless, like, it's still like a bump in the road. And especially when you're having a good camp. The day we were there, man, he showed out. He had a hell of a day the day we were there. And he'd been performing well. So, you know, but just to hear he's got that Gray is, like I said, still that in him. And then not to, that's an old cliche that the team takes the identity of the coach. But I mean, in this case, it's like every coach, like Art, Nielsen, like Gray, they are all like kind of an old school, like foot up your ass. But at the same time, not overboard either. Like they're still going to joke around and have fun, but they're going to treat you like men, but they're also going to expect you to do your damn job at the highest ability every time you're on the field. So that's just, I mean, we haven't had that in a while, I mean, so I don't know that. And Jerry Gray actually said that Art reminds him a lot of Joe Gibbs, and more Joe Gibbs than anybody's ever been around, which was a hell of a compliment. I mean, if a lot of folks are,
I'm from DC. I grew up on Joe Gibbs. Like I grew up. That was the coach I grew up on, Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs, one of the GOATs, man. Serious, very serious man, but playful at the same time.
Yep.
This cracked me up. I just had to put this.
Liam said, I beat people without all the fancy stuff. Oh, I love it. I love this. I love it. Yeah, Liam.
He is not without confidence. I can tell you that. It's good though, gotta be confident. And then, a few days later, a week later or so in Miami, we had the Clark Phillips scare. That came across my screen whenever I was out working, and I was like, shit, like how bad is this? And luckily it's not like he got like maybe leg whipped or something like that. It wasn't even really that bad.
It's a kick. But so glad he's all right.
I'll tell you something we also have to understand is that's happening with every team around every training camp. It's little tweaks, and these people are getting back in shape. It's going to be that. So we so excited, and we ain't used to being so good that our heart dropped to our feet every time there's a report. Oh, they out for the season probably. I knew this shit was going. And then we find out, it'll be 2 weeks, or he'll be back in 2 months. So we gotta just understand that is normal for this time of year.
Yeah, I think we have to like kind of realize that the cart is brought out if you like stub your toe in preseason.
Yeah, they bring it out for everything. There's no reason to even risk it because it's practice, right? So just get him on the cart, get him out. I mean, we all thought Joe Burrow tore his Achilles for about 2 hours at one point this offseason. So like Mike said, it just comes with the territory of training camp.
Yeah, exactly. So Ark said Okudah never had an AJ Terrell beside him, nor safety to cover his ass like Bates, or a good enough coach like Coach Gray to coach him up.
Yeah.
All good points.
Okudah had Mike Hughes across him.
That's 4 things. He didn't lie one time.
Yeah, very true, man. Very true. Atlanta supporter, man. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Atlanta, what's up?
Matt Schaub was hired by the team as a football analyst. That was a pretty good move, man. Matt's a smart dude, man. He's a smart guy. Played 18 years in this league for a little bit at a high level, obviously backed up here. I thought it was Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can ever have too many good minds. I think he probably knows what role he's supposed to be in. He's not going to go in there and overstep anybody. So I thought that was a good move. I mean, Trey, anything on that, buddy?
No, I was just gonna say, I know y'all remember the day. Yeah, do y'all remember when it was? Are we sure we should start Vic, or should we play this Matt Schaub
absolutely
guy?
remember it.
Should we
Oh God,
Matt Schaub guy some more? I remember them days, man, when Matt Schaub would come in because Vic was gonna miss like 3 games a year, and Schaub would come in, and people were kind of like, "This guy's not that bad, man." And then Texans took a shot, worked out, and then obviously he had a little bit of decline, but I'll never forget when what was he 38 at the time, or 38-year-old, 37-year-old Matt Schaub putting 400 on the Seattle Seahawks. We lost, but Matt Schaub had I think that was all the juice he had left, man. 400. You can count on that guy to be your QB2 any day. I bet he could still do it today, come in and back up Dez. But it's nice to have him. It's nice to have him back. Bring more back. Bring Matt back. Bring Matt Ryan back. Bring Matt Bryant back. Bring all the Matts back. Because the last time all the Matts were here, we went to the Super Bowl. So please bring back as many Matts as possible.
I love it.
Exactly. No, I mean, go ahead, Mike.
No, I just thought it was dope. I'll be honest, I just saw it in a flash, and I thought he was coming back as a backup quarterback. And I wasn't even mad at that. As old as he is, that dude played good for us. He played so well for us. He did. He was reliable. So when I was like, why would they do that? I was like, that's crazy. But okay. Then I saw it again and was like, oh, but I don't think no one in Atlanta got a bad thing to say about Matt Schaub. I really wish they would have offered that job to Matt Ryan before he took the broadcasting job.
Matt, so I will say this about Matt, and I know everybody wants Matt to take a job. Matt cannot take a job because he will mess his money up. Matt's got 21 Is it 21? Oh shit! Yes, mind. Matt has 21 million reasons why he cannot take any other kind of job right now. CBS is a loophole. CBS is a loophole because it's not NFL. It's not an NFL team job. So if he basically accepts the Falcons job, he has to officially retire. If he officially retires, then it changes the way his money flow works for his final year of his deal. Right now, the Colts cut him for $21 million, basically. And he's got to sit out.
Trey. I did not know that. I did not know he couldn't take for $21 million. Damn,
just because it means he has to retire, which means it changes how he gets that money flow. So he's got to go through this one off season, and then after this off season, he'll be able to sign with Falcons or anybody he wants.
I love that. Damn, thanks, Trey. Out of your Falcon mind, damn it. Thank you, Trey. I did not know that. He broke that down. I love you for that. Thank you.
Yeah. He told Josh Kendall had a couple of articles actually in Athletic about he spoke with Matt while he was here at Flowery Branch, and Matt said he'd be open to coming back to working with the Falcons. When it's if this obviously he's got, like Trey just said, he's not going to file his papers until he gets that $21 million.
You never know, man. Matt might get a call this year too. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I mean, you just never know what's going to happen.
You never know the NFL, dude. Like what happened with the Broncos a few years ago? Like every quarterback was in.
Oh yeah. And then I mean, the 49ers go through about 3 every year too. So man.
Yeah,
so real quick that I went to me and John went to training camp last week, and I think we may have went on a Monday, right, John?
Thursday.
Did we go on a Monday or Tuesday? Okay. Either Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday. On Friday, I was about an hour and a half away. I was working, and John texted my phone and said, "Hey, dog, just so you know, man, your boy is at training camp, Matt Ryan." I was like, "You fucking with me? Like, why would?" And John was like, "No, I'm serious." And the pain that went through my body, when I tell you I was mad at Matt Ryan, and I had to talk myself into like, dog, this is what I was thinking. This is how crazy I am. I was like, why wouldn't he have warned me he was gonna be there ahead of time? That was really a point of mine. I was riding, man, like, why wouldn't he have said something? Then I was like, because he don't know you. Because the man don't know you. He wouldn't. But I was so pissed that you wouldn't have said nothing. I would have made a way to be there. I just couldn't. At the time, I found out if I would have went, he would have been gone anyway. But I do want to make this point. Like, that sucked. But Marcus Mariota that's why I trash him, because he's a veteran, and the professional aspect of him, when he had to mentor that kid that was on his team, that was his backup, he'd rather walk off because that was more what was best for him. Matt Ryan, it's a picture that John posted, which I absolutely love. He's standing behind Desmond Ridder, and they quote Matt Ryan, anything you need, any question. How's he doing that? And he ain't even on the team. Just think about, so when y'all hear me praise that, man, it be for shit like that. That's what the man on your team wouldn't do that. So I ain't got no respect for him. You would never hear me talk about him good. You walked off on the Falcons. I'd never be a fan of you. I hope you trip and stub your toe. I hope you step on the Lego. I wish the worst for you, dog. But Matt Ryan, I just thought that was dope. The man ain't even on a team and still like, I will take time out of my day or whatever to walk you through something or to answer some questions, man. That it don't get no more professional and more classy, man. He loved the Falcons and we love him.
Yeah, man. And well, I'll quote this article and then we'll move on but I thought it was cool. It was again from Josh Kendall Athletic, and this is from Matt. He said the biggest thing that I took, talking about the situation that leaving Atlanta, going to Indy. The biggest thing I took from that situation is I wasn't going to let it one bad week ruin 14 years of awesome, really positive, great experiences. You also realize the business side of it. I understand that there are difficult decisions that had to be made, and there's a right or wrong way to do those kinds of things. Would I have liked some of it to be different? Yeah, but it wasn't handled badly. It was a situation that was difficult for all parties involved. That's him just being the man he is. It was handled badly. Of course, It was handled badly.
Very bad.
He's a better man than me.
Yeah,
absolutely. But he would have to pay for my appearance at this year's
game. Right.
Absolutely.
Right. But that's just, it's a really, if y'all haven't read it, go, like I said, go to that.
It's a good article for sure.
It's a good article, man. It's just Matt being himself, which is like this true professional that he is. And then our boy, Daniel Flick had a really good article on Richie Grant. And I had to point that out because Richie, got hammered pretty good his rookie year for not living up to that second round. But you look at it and kind of the totality of it. I mean, he's a rookie starting in a defense that's not very good, and then make some really good progress last year, and then now he's got Jesse Bates next to him. It's I don't know. I'll find some clip from little segments from it, but yeah, Trey, you read it?
Yeah, no, man. D-Flick, anything D-Flick writes or posts, I'm definitely reading it. It was a great article. Yeah. And Grant was a guy that a lot of us talked about and said his second year is going to be his breakout year, because the other part of his rookie season, and everybody kind of forgets, he had to stop playing safety and he had to learn how to play nickel corner because we had injury after injury there. So he had a mid-season position change, and Dean Pease hated playing rookies in general. So everybody was always mad about why isn't he on the field more? And it's like, that's Pease, man. Dean Pease isn't playing rookies like that unless it is dire need, which is, we saw Troy touch the field a little bit more last year, and that's because the linebacking core, it was gross, and he it's like it was that's just what it was, and he had to get more play time. So I think year 3 with Jesse Bates, and now he's got AJ on one side, he's got Terrell on the other side, he's got Clark in the middle, he's got Alfred behind him, he's got when you look down the list this year, I think Richie Grant isn't gonna have to think as much anymore or worry about other people, and he can focus solely on his job, which is just being a playmaker. And Richie's been making plays since he first got here, causing fumbles on special teams, getting picks, sealed the Seahawks game last year against Geno. So, if he's freed up to just get to be a madman on the field, get to be that ball hawk playmaker that we know he can be, then we're looking pretty for this year, because I think you'll see him and Jesse Bates interchangeably play. I don't necessarily know if there'll be a true free safety only. I think we'll get to see the guys move around a lot. That safety unit, the secondary in general, is going to be fun, but there's a lot of opportunity here with the guys we have at the back end.
I love it.
Yeah, agreed, man. Yeah, and in Flick's article, he said, this is just a few things that you can, numbers that you can show that, he did improve the second year. He said he slashed his missed tackle percentage in half, from 12.5% to 6.1%. He dropped his completion percentage against by overall 6%, 69 to 62, and then saw his pass rating fall by over 16 points, from 103.4 to 87.2. And then Coach Smith just said, he's as he does. We don't have a lot of social media stars, or so maybe he doesn't get the hype. But Richie Grant's a damn good football player, and I'm very pleased with him. So that's typical art. But I mean, hey, it's cool seeing it's cool seeing not just me stick up for the guys. Because that's typically what's been happening. All right, finally, before we get to the Dolphins, the unofficial depth chart came out. Trey, how much stock are you taking in the unofficial depth chart, buddy?
Remember when Pitts was like tight end 8 his rookie
Right.
year? Remember when Algier was running back 9 last year?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's the first preseason game. Art loves to troll with the roster release anyway. So I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't even looked at it. That's how much I don't care about it. Is I'm not even going to look. There's 90 guys right now.
Yeah, right. There's exactly right. And, there's people were freaking out that Bijan was third running back on the list.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. He's a rookie. You're going to make you think he's going to walk in the door and say, "Hey, buddy, you're number one," after Tyler does what he did last year.
Yeah. No, I tweeted out. I was like, I can't wait for the freak out. This was back in April when we drafted him too, for when Bijan's listed as the last running back. Come on, Arthur's good. People think Art doesn't have much personality. He's just a dry guy. So he's gonna come back consistently with this roster joke every year. So you gotta be ready for it.
Oh yeah. No, it's hilarious. There wasn't anything else. I mean, like I said, I'm just like you, man. I don't take a whole lot of. I could really care less of what it says. I mean, they had. I mean, the only thing that was that stood out a little bit was they had D'Angelo Malone behind Ade, which. I mean, that's a little different because Ade been struggling the last really since he's been here, since we drafted him. But Malone was the guy I think everybody kind of wants to take that next step and be that kind of.
He needs to, right? He's got that third round pick.
Yeah,
somebody's got to rewrite the story of Terry's third round picks right now, because we had Jalen, we had Malone, we got Ritter. We have 2 guys this year who can start rewriting that story. But I know people want to see Malone take a step. I think he's one of the guys on the defense that it's going to be more of a project than some had anticipated, but he is somebody that I think could develop into maybe just a pass rush only specialist, kind of like a pass rush mercenary, if you will. But we'll have to see. Ade is somebody I'm definitely surprised to hear that he's top of the roster still this year, but like I said, man, not gonna let it bother me. I know what Art's doing. I'm not letting Art get in my head.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, I mean it's when the unofficial should just say, all you need to know. Like they have to put out something, so here it is, And so that's really
I will say, how'd the wide receiver group look?
So we've got, let's see, I could bring it up here. We've got Matt Collins. I'm sorry. Let's see, Drake London, and then Matt Collins, and then Kaderald Hodge and Scotty Miller. So
they're taking that one pretty seriously, it sounds like. Okay.
Yes. And then your first reserve is Frank Darby and Josh Ali, and then followed by JJ Arcega-Whiteside and Penny Hart, and then Kalon Harris, and then it goes Slade Bolden, Matt Sexton, and Xavier Malone. So yeah,
wide receiver 5 is gonna be a street fight, man.
Sure is. Yeah,
they're gonna have to think long about that one.
Oh yeah, big time. And then the running backs for anybody, CP was listed 1, Tyler 2, Bijan 3, College Washington 4, and Godwin Idwabuke 5. 5. Yeah. So nothing. And like I said, defensively, nothing really stood out other than like I said, Ade being ahead of Malone. I mean, everything else is pretty much what you expect. I mean, Troy, Arnold, AJ, Jesse, They did have Micah Abernathy as the second safety behind Richie Grant. So
where's Walker listed?
Walker is behind Caden Ellis. So you got Caden Ellis, Troy Anderson as 2 inside linebackers. Your outside linebackers being Bud Dupree and Arnold Ebiketie. And then right behind Caden is Michael Walker. Right behind Troy is Nate Landman.
Nate. Okay.
Yeah. And then Tay Davis behind Michael, and then Mike Jones behind him. So, and Mike Jones was the kid out of LSU that.
Who?
Mike Jones. Yeah. And that's the dude that, like I said, that our boy Chris who's the LSU guy, said that he's athletic as hell, but doesn't know what Gap A is from Gap C. So that could be an issue going forward.
But hey, That was Caden Ellis when he came out of college.
Very true. That's very true.
So at least we know we got a guy in the building who might be able to rein that in. You know, I'm excited to see what Nielsen does with Troy already.
Oh yeah.
And even Nate, man, Nate stuck around. Nate came. When you look at it from a player profile standpoint, Rashaan Evans and Nate Landman offer you pretty much the same skill set. They're going to be great in the run game. They're going to be solid tacklers, and they're going to eat everything between guard to guard. And then you worry about them in the passing game. So I think people were expecting a Rashaan Evans signing. I know a lot of people are still banging on the door. Nate's a cheaper option, and he does the same thing. And, as an undrafted free agent, who knows if they struck a little gold here, found a nice little depth linebacker. So I'm really, really interested because in my mind, that's the one group on the defense that I'm the most worried about this year is the linebacking group.
Yeah, I think that's been the consensus every show we've been on, Mike. I mean, that's been the linebackers is the only thing everybody's kind of like, not really sure there. I mean, hoping for the best, got a lot of potential, but hasn't been nothing really proven, And but Caden did say in his interview that he was really impressed with Troy, like how quickly he's kind of soaked up everything, as far as Nielsen's defense, which we knew he was a smart kid.
Troy's something else.
I've been trying to not say anything because but I'm like, damn.
I know. But before we get into joint practice, what is that?
I was just gonna say he's got that twit. It's just when you watch him and Bijan, it was one of one. Like of one in terms of athlete versus athlete. Like when Troy got him the first time, and it's just the twitchiness that you see from a linebacker to be able to. Troy had his cuts down and knew exactly everything, and I mean it's just crazy seeing a 240-pound man that light on his feet. So
yeah. No, and the thing is when you see him up close, you don't realize how big he is until you're there in person.
He's huge.
Man, that's a big dude to be that athletic, man.
So how can you run like that?
Big Montana man.
Yeah, dude.
Really a Montana.
Did y'all watch his Falcons background? Like kind of docu series?
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, he put them on the map, man. I mean, but you could see. I mean, like he's a smart kid. He was, top of his class and academically, and
I need to see him play some basketball, man. I want to see him play. After seeing that he helped them win like 2 or 3 basketball state titles, I was like, all right, there's the point guard. Everybody's been trying to figure out who's the point guard for Drake London and Kyle Pitts, everything like that. I'm like, it's your 6'4"
damn
linebacker, man.
Yep.
Man, we had a draft show, and I remember I was saying that was the main person I was excited with that we drafted. He was a nobody, but I was like, no, this man could throw, could run. The athlete and at linebacker. Imagine a running back at linebacker.
Yeah,
you not like you ain't juking him out his shoes that much, and he can juke just like you. He can move like you. And Troy that's when I first saw Troy play. That's the first thought was that looked like the Tasmanian devil thing that you just let go. And it looked wild because he missed sometimes. He's so Tasmanian devil, he'll run right back.
Yeah.
But I'm like, now with the veterans and all that, with the discipline, when he get his mind into it, just imagine, like I ain't talking about now, just imagine like next year, like when Troy really get his thing.
It's going to get better.
Troy be one of the greatest, man.
And I'm not surprised to hear Caden's comments about just processing because it's like you said, Mike, he's got the running back instincts and everything, but he has a QB's mind. He was a quarterback his whole career until his junior year of college. So this is a young man that can process information at a high level, who's able to learn and adapt and grow. And that's exactly what you want from somebody who has that athletic profile. Because there's tons of guys that have that athletic profile, but they're not able to put it all together and they're not able to finish. And
that was a steal. I'm telling you, that will prove to be like where did he get him from? And when that was a steal, man. Trust me. Lisa, what's up?
What's going on, Lisa? Hope you're enjoying hot, steamy Florida down there.
Yeah, you better turn up. Ken just said, hi, fellas. I'm so mad I missed the game since they aren't streaming it in Florida. I wish there was a way for me to watch, but I'm excited to watch y'all's post-game show.
Well, appreciate it. Yeah, it sucks you can't see it down there.
I would never suggest that somebody stream anything from a non-affiliated website, but if somebody did, sportsurge.net is one I've heard that people like to use. That's sportsurge.net and streameast.com as well. Though if if I were to do it, those are the ones I've heard of. Just putting that.
And
Looks like some people in the chat are helping her out too. That's good.
There
That's
we
really
go.
good.
There we go.
Sticking up for each other. I love to see it. Love to see it. So starting with Dolphins camp this week. Oh, hang on. What's going on, Uncle Steve? Good to see you, man. Number 17 here. I love it. Love it. Dolphins joint practice this week. I was looking forward to it just because they were hitting somebody else, not themselves. And, from everything that we read and everything, all the videos we saw, looked like the defense won the first day at least. And then Miami came back a little bit on the second day with the offensive line, got a little bit better. Armstead was in there the second day. He wasn't there the first day. So they kind of took advantage of that. Listening to some Dolphins podcasts this week. They're not super excited about that O-line down there. There's a few spots they really don't feel really good about. They're pretty happy with their defense, and it should be. I think they're supposedly, I think they 11th or 12th as far as the odds of winning a Super Bowl. So, they should be a upper echelon type of team this year. So, it was just good to see that our defensive line was having some fun and getting back there, sacking Tua, and Tua even praised them. He said that I gotta give him credit, man. They were back there and they're pressuring, the defensive backs were swarming. That's what somebody said. I think it might have been him, that they were swarming around the ball and being aggressive. That's all time. Good stuff, man. Man, what a time. How long, guys? How long? I don't even remember.
Man, it's been a while. But I'm gonna tell you, it's so hard for me to enjoy Tua now. I be so scared for Tua. Dog, man, it's like I can't enjoy football when he's playing. I be so scared, like, dog, you a magnet for concussions. I just feel like
Austin Collie,
QBs, man. I want to see you play because you're amazing. But dog, he scared me so much because I be thinking the next time this man get hit, dog, you done had 106 concussions, man. Go ahead, man. Just go ahead, man. I don't want to see 107. I'm so scared. I can't even enjoy a game with him, dog. He make me sick for that. But I do wish him best. I really do. But man, I hope he's safe.
That was
get a special helmet or something, man. I do not want to see that man get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought it was legitimate, like, concern that he may just hang it up after last year, having have as many as he had in a row, and within that time frame. I would have considered it, man. I would have been just for your long-term health. But AJ had a pick. Jalen Hawkins had a pick.
Like the helmet can improve, but they can never stop your brain from shaking inside your skull. They could never. There's no helmet for that. It's gonna do that. So it's like, but Jalen Hawkins had a pick. You said, John. I just want to hear you say that again, Mr. John. I didn't hear you.
I did.
Okay, hey John. So you got to tell me this. Yeah. Where was he on the chart?
He was behind
Jesse, I would assume. Okay. Yeah.
So he was up as long as he was.
He's had a great camp.
I'm telling you, Jalen gonna show y'all something, good. And y'all gonna remember I had faith. Jalen will come through. He's gonna get his mind together. He just like Troy. He's so excited. He overruns something, but he gonna get his mind together and be a star.
I think he'll finally. Jalen was drafted to be the third safety in the Quinn era, and I think he's finally going to get to be the third safety, which is the role that he's always been best suited for. So I think that we're going to get to see, again, like Richie, it's going to be less thinking, more reacting, more just being a playmaker. So I'm excited for him this year.
Trey said this earlier, but because of the way that we did free agency and the way we drafted, you damn near the whole team is just going to get to do their one job this season. Damn near the entire roster is going, you just do it. It's going to be that Bill Belichick.
Do your job.
Yep. Just do your job. When the Falcons get to do that, you never know what you're going to see. I think you're going to see a lot of good greatness. And I'm be so excited because it feels like no matter who we talking about potential. And that could go really bad. But damn, if that all take off at the same time, that could look really like a rocket going to the moon, man. If because it's like firecrackers and we throwing the lighter like, let me see who's going to light up and go to the moon. And it's going to be somebody who don't go up that we like. I promise you. It's just the law. It's just how it's going to happen. But to see most of them go up, man, I don't care if it's 90% of them. Just imagine it.
Oh yeah.
Just imagine if 90% of them like buy into this and really play at a level. You got steals, you got bargains, you got people in 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds that are going to turn to be stars and like major dominant players in the league. That's really unique that you could use them like Swiss Army knives that can do things that you got in the 4th round, the 5th round. If all that come together, that's going to take like, man, that's going to taste like Thanksgiving at your auntie's, man. If all that come together, that's going to taste so, I just can't wait. And I believe it will.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I mean, just thinking about what the possibilities are. I mean, we've already talked about it on the show. I don't know how many times. It's kind of scary in a way because, like, you know, you're scared to have that much optimism, but it's like it's hard not. Like somebody had tweeted at me and was like, "I'm so scared to be so hopeful this year." I'm like, "Well, dude, I get it, but I mean, I don't know how you can't look at this roster and this group of coaches and not be at least optimistic about it, or at least have a good feeling about it, you know." And Trey, we already said, Mike and I, if we go 4-0, we start 4-0, we're doing the mustache, man. You already got it going, but we're going to do the mustache.
Yep.
So, which I have not had a beard in like 10 years, so I'm going to look like a 12-year-old with a mustache. So I'm looking forward to that.
I love it.
But anyway, talking back to this
joint
week,
practice.
Joint practice. Said Arnold, Bud Dupree, Zach Harrison continuing to show out, especially on their one-on-one drills, which is awesome to hear. I mean, we'll get. I want to get your take on Zach in a second, but Zach's been a surprise for me. I wasn't expecting a whole lot from Zach this year. I thought come in, be a good rotational guy, you know, play good against the run, learn behind these guys. I wasn't expecting him to come in and kind of just like stand out almost as he's done in training. I don't know what training camp is, but just to do what he's done so far, dude, if he's like a guy this year, then damn. I mean, like, you know, we found somebody there.
Yeah. I mean, it's transitioning edge from college to pro is probably second, third hardest transition position wise, you know. I think people usually get pretty down on rookie edges. You know, they have really high expectations because of the draft picks, but sometimes it takes a little bit to learn. And then, you know, once you start getting further down the draft board, you know, you usually expect, okay, you know, this guy's going to be solid for us, but, you know, we're going to have to bring him along. It's going to take some time. And, you know, that's pretty much what most of us thought with Harrison. You know, you guys saw him in person. The physical part's all there. Dude's a like freaking pterodactyl, man. Got the biggest wingspan on the team. On a team of Kyle Pitts and all these other crazy athletes, he's got the biggest wingspan. He is showing that he knows how to use that leverage, which is something that a lot of people were wanting him to improve on coming out of college. He needs, you know, improve his bend a little, do things like that. But naturally, you're seeing that he understands how to use his body. You're seeing things like that transition, which again makes you hopeful. Okay, you know, instead of maybe thinking that he'll be in the third rotation, well, now it looks like he's probably going to be in the second rotation. You can bring him along a little bit quicker, improves the depth of the team, gives you great size, and he is going to be Ryan Nielsen's pet project. Like when he was picked, it was pretty much everybody's pretty much that's Ryan Nielsen got to pick one player. That's definitely who it was. He's going to be the exact archetype of the guys that were down in NOLA. He's going to be somebody that I think Ryan's going to want to move a little bit along the D line as well. He wants to be able to use that size across multiple fronts and everything like that. So I'm excited. You know, it's good to hear that they're winning in one-on-ones. One-on-ones aren't obviously, you know, the same as a full game setting, but the really encouraging part is hearing that that's carrying over to teams and that's carrying over to red zone. And you're seeing that actually be applicable in a more traditional football setting. So, you know, man, it's crazy talking the way that we're talking about this defense, especially this defensive line right now. But yeah, I think you can say this interior, at least you can stamp it that it's legit. Like you don't even need to wait because you have proven guys there, David Onyemata, Grady, Calais, and then it's just building around that, bringing guys along. we mentioned Ebiketie. Ebiketie was flashing in the team's drills. We're seeing him get what would be called sacks. So it looks like the doctor is in, and I'm excited, and I'm excited to know that Harrison's going to be around those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, say the least, man. And they talked about Kyle he's coming along just fine. Like they weren't going to really push him out there. There's no need to really push him out there and run him that hard right now. And that Dez was making some hella good throws yesterday and threw some touchdowns. Was I think
talking some shit.
Dude, that was hilarious. Mike, you probably didn't see that, did you?
No,
you didn't see him.
Heard about it. I heard about it. No.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He threw a touchdown to Fitzpatrick, and he said, "Yeah, it's too fucking little." Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I love it, though,
dude. Oh hell,
I love the confidence.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, there's only so much you can get out of what Arthur's not going to show you a whole lot in training.
Y'all want to talk about it?
Against another team, he's not really going to go out there and.
Y'all want to talk about it?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Talk about the deep ball.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the deep ball.
Let's do it.
So I think y'all mentioned this earlier, and this Miami matchup is actually really good because it's classic speed versus power situation here, right? And when you look at the secondaries of both of these teams, it's pretty tough matchup wise. And the things people aren't, I think it's a twofold issue here. So Arthur Smith's offense is not a 3-step, 5-step drop, deep ball throwing offense. Like it's not Derek Cutter's offense. But when you are in training camp and when you are in practice, that is how most of those pass plays are simulated. They're simulated, if you're doing 7-on-7, if you're doing these other things, and it's completely eliminating the game factor. Okay, we've been playing the Falcons. It's 12 minutes into the game. They keep running it. All of the parts of the game that then turn into influence, play action pass, all the other elements that's not really going to show up in practice. Like, defenders at almost any level, once you start getting into the flow of practice, they got play action coming up. This, that. So it's not this level playing field that people think it is. And two, Kyle Pitts and Drake London are essentially the only two returning receivers this year.
Hodge.
Yeah. So that means that there's like 8 guys on the roster that he's never thrown to. No quarterback on this team is thrown to. So I think people are like, oh man, he doesn't have his chemistry down with Kyle or whatever. I'm like, he doesn't have chemistry with anybody. And none of the other quarterbacks do either. That's why you're seeing Logan Woodside throwing bombs to wide receiver 6 and stuff like that. And, people, why isn't it, first team? It's like, because it's a totally different rep. It's totally different when Logan Woodside's throwing a bomb and it's being covered by Cornell Armstrong versus Ritter's doing it, and it's being covered by AJ. And then there's the lack of chemistry, the lack of familiarity. So I told people that, okay, let's say the hype was great. Let's say you heard that the hype was amazing. Are you really buying in all the way until before you see it with your own eyes? Like, do you really care or trust it that much? Because I've told people I'm not worried about the hype, because if they were telling me everything was great, I still wouldn't believe them. They're telling me everything's terrible. I don't care either way, because we haven't seen the product hit the field. Like, practice is very important. Practice, makes perfect, everything like that. But again, makes perfect, not practice is perfect. It makes it.
That needs to be on the
going
shirt.
through the process.
That's what I'll say. Put that on a t-shirt, dude.
Yeah, man, you need to put that on the shirt.
But we did make a Who Threw That shirt, by the way. It's out there. So it's on our bonfire. Oh, yeah. It says Who Threw That on the front.
Get that.
Out of your Falcon Mile on the back. We had to. All the dumb shit. So if you want to go buy Who Threw That shirt, it's at bonfire.com/out of your Falcon mind. Now,
and man, Steve ate those words, because the very next day, what happened? They were showing Bryce Young pick 6, Bryce Young intercept. I mean, this stuff happens. It's training camp.
Does,
These
dude.
guys are rookies,
Yeah, we said a few shows ago, like, I want him taking those shots now. Like,
get it out now. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, even if you don't, number one, you can't develop that chemistry. You can't figure out, like, okay, I need to release that ball now instead of 2 seconds earlier or whatever the case may be, like that's when you make those adjustments. So you hope when you get to game time that they're ironed out. That's the whole point of it. So
and think of the throws that were missed too. Like, right, we talk about practice is simulated. The corner knows it's a pass play to start, but when we look at the throws from last season that didn't hit, everybody's wide open. This isn't like, again, we go back to the whole, it's not like a Dirk Cutter style passing offense. A lot of the way that guys are schemed open or the way that the passing offense works is through the play action, through the run game. And you're going to see those opportunities, and it's going to be, can he make those throws? Because those are the throws that Ryan Tannehill made. Those are the throws that Mariota couldn't make. And now we need to see, can Ritter be an efficient shooter? And that's all we're really worried about. I'm not worried about Ritter being able to throw, a 60-yard bomb to whoever in practice. We don't even see the video of half of these misses or anything like that. The important thing that we're hearing is that he is killing it in the intermediate. And that is where, 70% of Art's passing plays are going to be designed to go. It's going to be hit the crosser, hit the drag, hit the post, let the receiver do the work from there. Let Kyle Pitts run, let Drake London run, let the guys do what they do best. Just get them the ball at that point of the field, and we'll be fine. We'll take it from there.
Yeah, that was my point too. Like, everybody's worried about explosives. Well, I mean, a 15-yard crosser could turn into a 30 or 40-yard easily with Kyle or Bijan or some of these guys we have. Jonnu Smith. Any of these guys that we have that are playmakers, Scotty Miller, like they're all ridiculously good athletes that can, make and we talked about Tyler, also catching balls out of the backfield too. He may not be the guy that is going to break one, but we know his yards after contact it's pretty damn high. So either way, if he's hitting those, like you said, short to intermediate, okay, that's going to be, like I said, the bulk of our offense. But if a team wants to come down and they want to stop all that, okay, go over top. Show them you can go over top.
And it goes back, man. I think people are like, Desmond Ritter's still a rookie. Like, he had a veteran offseason, but he's got 4 games worth of play time. I can't think of any rookie QB, honestly, outside of Cam Newton that was coming in and just throwing darts, throwing just bombs like that off the get-go. Your expectation should be to work him up through the offense. There's no need to try to make him a deep ball specialist, because that's not really what matters to the success in terms of this offensive scheme that Arthur Smith has. I think I think it's really crazy how people don't expect a lot from him, but the expectations for him are out of this world at the same time. And it's kind of like, man, like there's like 4 guys in the league currently that can do everything that, most people want them to do. And I get that. I get wanting that. But Josh Allen went through a mercy year. Josh Allen went through a bad year. A lot of these guys go through a bad year. They have a rough year. So it's just kind of like, you got to remember that it's going to take time. It's going to take live reps. So even if it's still not looking like what you think for the first 4 games, that's his 8th game at the end of that 4th game of this year. Like, it's just going to take a little bit of time. And that's what this season is all about.
And this too, man, and that's why I be confused with, I be thinking some people just hating on the man, because I'm like, dog, the 3-pointer is supposed to hit at a lesser percentage than the mid-range jumper and the layup. It's naturally going to do that every time. The bomb, you can go through any. I'm a hit those less than I do the 7-yard. That's every quarterback ever. So I be thinking when y'all see him do it, y'all be like, oh, he can only hit C. That's proven. I be like, it's just not every quarterback ever. It's only a few quarterbacks in the league right now who could really throw a good deep ball and it's accurate.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, young, what do y'all, and like, I think Trey just made a great point. Y'all be saying the man, I was giving y'all that everybody got freedom of opinion, but now you saying shit that just don't even make logical sense no more. You saying the man is trash, but then when he miss a throw, you saying, oh, you so excited, like you saw a firework or you saw a ghost. Man, I'm thinking, I thought you said he was trash. Isn't this what you was expecting? And I'm saying when the man do anything right, you tuck it down and say, well, it was an 8-yard pass. So you're going to minimize all the rights and maximize all the wrongs. Seems very disingenuous. I was giving you the pass, but sometimes y'all be seeming disingenuous, like y'all not even intending to play fair with the man. And I have no idea why. It's like wanting to slap a baby. I'm like, did he say something in the press conference? What did I miss? I must have missed something. And I don't think I did. I just think that some of y'all are not blown away by his talent. So you think he sucked. And that's a childish way to think.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. I mean, and the looking at, I mean, the way he responds to every question that's asked of him, basically. I mean, he's been like he's been doing it for 10 years. And if you look at, I shared it last week on the show, with that tweet that Nick Pentecoff shared, his adjusted completion percentage on balls over 20 yards, or whatever it was, his senior year in college was better than Bryce and Levis, and I mean all these top picks, CJ Stroud, everything. So I mean, it's not like he can't throw it. It's what Trey just said. He's not had any chemistry with the majority of the guys he's throwing to, so that's going to take some time to develop, and that's what folks just have to remember, not freak out about it. But Jamal, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Jamal,
yeah, can't wait for it, man. Cannot wait, buddy.
Yeah.
Back up bench podcast. Hey, gents, heard the Falcons did rather well against the Fins this past week. Reports I saw, Falcons had the upper hands. Yeah, I mean that's. But you know what though? I mean, I listened to some Dolphins podcasts that they were. You heard both ways, basically. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what you expect. I mean, you're gonna hear positive stuff from our guys, you hear positive stuff from the Dolphins guys, and I mean, that's just how it's gonna go. But for the game tomorrow, I put out on Twitter, what does everybody want to see? First question I want to ask before I get to that though, Trey and then Mike, how much do you want to see the starters tomorrow?
Everybody that's been on the team or been a pro for less than 3 years, I want to see for at least one quarter. After that, I don't really care. Actually, I'll make it 5+. Anybody 5 years, under 5 years in terms of veteran and everything like that, I'd like to see at least a quarter. There's going to be certain positions where I don't think it really matters as much. They'll probably rotate through some of the skill guys a little bit earlier, but yeah, I think the first quarter, and maybe that ends up being like 5 series, but yeah, I think I need to see that at least.
Mike?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't be concerned with preseason or training camp. Like, I don't take none of that too serious. Like, I don't care if you play them, if you don't play them. That don't really seem, from what I've seen in the past, it don't really seem to have when they play them more. I don't see that translate in more success in the regular season. I don't see it translate when they don't play them. That oh my God, he looked terrible because he didn't play. So in training camp, like I said. Oh, look what Trey got me on something.
Well, I was gonna say, do you remember the first time that Arthur Smith showed that he's open to changing and learning?
Wow. When you say that,
do you remember his approach to preseason the first year?
Oh, nobody played.
Nobody played. And then do you remember what happened? We were the most penalized team week 1, and then ended up being that entire year.
See, that's the good part about it. I feel like is the mental aspect. You walking through the process mentally. I think that's kind of dope, but I just always be like, man, it's real live hitting in that game. We playing with live bullets, like John say. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I don't want to even risk. Like, if you get hurt in the regular season, for some reason, I can stomach that.
Right.
For some reason, it don't sit well with me, man. Why you get hurt? Somebody out for the season or something when he didn't even need to be playing. I'll just be like, damn, why are we doing that? But like Trey say, for penalties, I get it, like, mentally.
And I think he'll protect, CP probably won't play it down. Grady probably won't play. Onyemata probably won't play. Calais definitely won't play. The 30 and up club, I don't think they're going to be playing for that exact reason that you just stated. Those are the guys you don't really have to worry about, and you want to make sure those bodies are fresh and not, wasting reps, like you said, taking live bullets in preseason.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of in between. I definitely want to see Dez with the first team I think it probably depends on how. I mean, if they go like 3 and out, then yeah, I definitely want to see another series. You know what I mean? I want to see at least one sustained drive. You got to look at the offensive line. I'm sure Art doesn't want to have Dez out there with backup offensive linemen. So like if Dez is going to be in there for 4 or 5 series, you almost expect for the offensive line to be in there that same amount of time. I mean, maybe he mixes and matches, but he's not trying to get Dez killed or hurt, in the first game.
Can't you see it already, John? Dez will play like 5 series and he'll just hand it off every play. Art won't let him throw one pass. He'll do it just to make everybody angry. Dez will go out there and just hand off that ball.
Right.
Man, I'm anxious to see Taylor play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a lot of maybe Taylor for a quarter and then Logan and Woodside for the entire second half. Like that type of thing.
Interesting thought that just popped into my head, though. How are these running back carries going to shake out? Because you have CP's going to be chilling. I don't know what I don't think they're going to take the Ferrari out for too many spins here. I think they'll let Bijan just kind of get those, shake the cobwebs off of contact. But after that, I mean, Tyler's probably barely going to play. We're going to see these two. We're going to see Carlos and oh, John, you said his name perfectly earlier, so I don't want to butcher it. We're going to see Carlos
and oh, dude, hang on a second.
John, don't mess with them names.
I need to see it. Godwin Igwebuike.
Yeah, so him and Godwin will have tons of reps. Really interested to see how Carlos Washington does. He's got a really big opportunity here to grab that running back 4 spot. And I think that's kind of what they're expecting him to do. He's a good mesh of Avery's skills and Caleb's skills. He's I think an ideal spell back for this offense, but we'll have to see.
So I do want to say this too. I kind of agree with you, John. If they do play the Stars, I would like them to end on a positive note. I don't want you to go on. I needed the end for just mentally for the guys to a sustained drive, even if it's a field goal. But don't go no 3 and out and then take it. Don't end on a bad note, because I say you ended on a positive one.
Yeah, and then what Trey said too. I mean, like Dez reiterated, I think after practice yesterday or maybe today, they're all kind of run together. But the pre-snap penalty thing, I mean, like that's huge for Art, and that's what they don't want to happen. And he said they actually watched film of the Hall of Fame game last week, and you just saw so much of that happening. Pre-snap stuff like that that's what they do not want to happen for themselves. So that's going to be that's a huge thing for Art. So I mean, I can imagine them getting more work. I mean, the third game we probably won't see them at all. We'll probably see that'll be the fight for the 4th, 5th practice squad. That'll be the entire. We might, if it's what we've seen before with other teams, they may play an entire half next week against the Bengals. If that's
it's harder to tell in this 3 preseason game world, man. It definitely makes this process tougher for the teams.
It is, man. And just looking online, man, like I said, I put it on Twitter. Our boy Berto said he wants to see our D-line in live action. We've had good showing from him and from the reports, but I want to see it for myself. And that seemed to be like a pretty common thing. I mean, like ATL Joe said, would love to see first team O for at least a series, watching the trenches. Bless you, buddy.
Thank you.
Watching the trenches, both sides. Also looking forward to seeing what Ryan Nielsen's defense looks like, albeit they won't be getting deep into the bag. But still, I don't think either side of the ball is going to be just, displaying anything that's going to be, regular season.
They ain't giving nothing away, that's for sure.
Hell no. Morgan Mann said, I want to see this new defense looks like, how Desmond Ridder is going to play in an in-game situation.
Everybody's talking about the defense, man. Look at that.
Kerry said, I'm excited to see the defense. Seems like they did really well in joint practices. Air Sammy Sam said for them to finish every snap, every play, every down. I want to see them see someone that I don't know turn up. Jeremy Van Groff said the speed, energy of the defense. Our boy Damsky said looking forward to the trench warfare. And the first one to say Desmond Ridder.
Wow.
Yeah. Our boy Dave with the Falcoholic said, I want to see how that defensive depth looks against some of the quality Dolphins reserves. And the depth thing is huge for me because that's what I want to see too. And that's what somebody asked me if I cared if we won the game or not. Sort of. Because if you win, that says more about your depth than anything. Because in these games, like, your starter's not going to be out there very long. So you're really just kind of going off again, your 2s, your 3s, your 4s, whoever. So yeah, I mean, if you win, that says I'm not going to be upset about it if we lose, depending on how we lose, I guess. But I mean, you want to see progression from the guys at each level, but I don't know. I mean, does a win matter to you, Trey?
Never, not in preseason. I'm like Mike, man. I'm like, it's like preseason. I'm like, whatever. I'll check it out. It is what it is. I'm only so focused this year just because it's interested to see how many more live reps Ritter gets, things like that. The left guard situation, I think Bergeron's probably going to play the most out of all the rookies, especially for this first game because he's still they need him to prove it. So I think he'll get a decent amount of run. He might start with the 1s and then stay with the 2s for a little bit too. I'm pretty sure that's what they did to Jalen as well when he started out his rookie year. So, but yeah, in terms of win-loss, doesn't really matter too much to me. Like you said, I'm more interested in the depth, seeing the guys who are going to be, who will be. Now it's, I mean, you're going to have Taquan Graham and Timmy Horn on the second group now. I mean, it's going to be fun just to get to see that, just to see those guys who were playing starter level talent most of their career, who are now, when they get to come in, they're coming in, full energy, and they get to beat up on the guys that Grady and Anyamata have been beating up on all day. So it's definitely really exciting to get to see more of this depth, because depth is something we have not had. Because we've had no money. So we've had no depth.
Money buys depth, and that's something we have not had. And Mike, I know you don't give a damn about the score, buddy.
No. So I don't care about the win. Of course, I think we're gonna win. But the most important thing, the best thing about this is, and this is unique to us this one season, the best thing about these preseason games will be the second, third, and fourth quarter. That's the most competition on our team. Those are the people playing the hardest. That's playing for the jobs. That's all the people that we unsure about potential-wise. You getting to see them play. You probably know who the starters is. But all the good shit it's jelly in those donuts, man. All the good shit coming the second, third. When you usually tune out, that's for us when you're going to be tuning in like, nah, this is what I want to see. I want to That's going to be the best, the second, third, and fourth quarter. And to the extent that we are good to this year will be the extent of those players. Not the starters. I guarantee you, that's how it go for us every year. Not even the starters. The people y'all tuning out is the people that's really the ones who gonna end up having the feeling and carry us. So those are the people you need to watch.
Yeah, and you never know when you're gonna have to be called on to guard Jamar Chase, right? Cornell Armstrong learned that last year. People don't care about depth until that happens. You know what I mean? And just the other day, somebody was like, why is Trey Flowers even covering Tyreek Hill? That'll never happen. It's like, never?
You never.
Are you sure? They're like, the NFL is all about finding matchups. It's like somebody that is going to happen. And the best way to take care of it, best way to prepare for it is reps. These games, live reps, things like that. Like you said, Mike, that's, we got to see this because those guys are going to be called on in certain moments and random moments that we'll never know when it'll happen, but it's going to have a huge implication on the game. It's going to be a turning point for either for us or against us. And the better depth you have, the more times that it'll go your way instead of going against you, because we've seen how it normally goes for us the past few years.
Yeah. And then Maryland Dirty Bird said he wanted to see the right tackle and left guard protect Ritter, which is solid. And he also said he had 5 things, actually, all really good. How the CB depth looks and coverages. He wants to see Frank Darby show why he still belongs on the team.
Yes, sir.
I gotta see something, Frank.
Aside from his awesome character, he said. AK versus Malone, need to see who will make the most of their reps. And then kick and punt return protecting the ball. And that'll be interesting to see who's turning the punts, I think, too.
Those are excellent
it's
ones. Like
very underraid storyline so far.
I knew you would like it.
I mean, it is. We don't have one right now.
I know.
That's a position we don't have. Mike Hughes has done it before. There was room. Bijan's been taking reps, so that's a good one.
Trey, so I have to ask you this. I was asking people at training camp, not who you think the Falcons will put in that position. Who would Trey put in that position?
Oh, at punt returner?
At punt returner.
people are going to call me crazy. I want to preface that I would only do it for this season, and it would be Bijan.
I knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are like, why? That's crazy. Touch the ball. Like, again, just this one season. And I'm doing this because Dez Bryant's rookie year, he was the Dallas Cowboys punt returner, and he lit it up.
Yeah.
And it was basically the best way for them to just get their athlete adjusted to the speed of the game while getting him a couple more touches, hoping that he would pop off and do something nice for him. And he did. So I honestly would pick Bijan. It's probably going to be Mike Hughes. I think at this point, when you look at the cornerback depth and based on what we're hearing in terms of who is going to fall where, and they gave Mike a decent chunk of money for what he was going to be doing this year.
Yeah.
They at this point, it's like, all right, man, you gotta do something. Because if Clark's going to be starting in that spot, then Mike's definitely going to be the guy who I think is going to have to take on those punt return duties. And he's a solid punt returner too. He's no slouch. He's actually somebody I would be excited to see back there at the punt return game for us. I'm hurting though that Avery's gone, man. Avery was my breakout player for this year because I thought that he was just going to have a really easy time to just be a gadget specialist. Like I felt like he was going to be the Darren Sproles to Bijan's LT. Like I felt like we finally had the running back room where he would get to have those opportunities. And, obviously it's not this year. It's going to be next year though, Avery. So get healthy, man, him in this offense. This running back room was just absolutely ridiculous. And it still is, but man, it's just a whole nother element when you have him there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean when we were there at camp, I mean the group that was turning was I think it was D. Alford, Mike Hughes, Bijan, and I can't remember the fourth guy. Do you remember the fourth guy that was in the group, Mike? I think
wasn't it Scotty?
It could have been Scotty. Yeah,
because it wasn't CP.
Scotty's got that viral video because he used to do it for the Bucks where he was doing the classic. He caught like 7 balls from the jugs machine, from the punt jugs machine.
Yeah,
so he was doing that. So I'm pretty sure Scotty's back there working.
Yeah, but D looked good.
Did
Alfred
he?
actually looked out of that group. I mean that particular day, of course. I mean, Alfred looked really good. It was impressive. And the last couple we got, man, Myler said I would like to see Ritter attempt passes to each level: screen, short, mid, long, quick reads, progressions, etc. All good. And Ricky Ricardo said Bergeron at left guard and the opposite corner spot from AJ. I want to see how Flowers and Hughes look. Y'all had some great answers, man. Like everything that y'all responded back, man. It's pretty much, I think, what every Falcons fan's looking for tomorrow. Any I don't know, realistic kind of Falcons fan, is looking for tomorrow night. Jump back in the chat real fast. A1 Forever, what's up, man? Falcons they sure did, man.
Took them up.
That's right. And as far as
nobody was expecting it, man. That's the funniest thing. You could tell from those reports that people were like, "Oh, what? What?"
I forgot who it was. It's hilarious. I've read and seen some of the ones that are like, man, they done this against who was it that said that this is happening against the 27th ranked defense?
Yeah, there was a guy who tweeted out that random stat. I can't remember who it was. And he was like, "This isn't what you'd want to happen against the 27th, 2022 ranked defense." And it's like, brother, the calendar says August 2023.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at last year's final defensive whatever rank, none of that matters anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you see what we spent in the offseason and how the bodies we brought in there. I mean, come on, man. Mm-hmm. But real quick, gotta shout out the creators because the chat's been going nuts. We appreciate y'all. But man, A1 Forever's been in here tonight. Y'all make sure you check out his channel, Uncle Steve's Lounge, man. Great freaking show, Uncle Steve. Got to get him on whenever his work coincides with our show. We got to figure that out. But Berto was in here, 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Man, he's probably still here hanging around somewhere because I got to get through some of these. Catch up with the comments a little bit. Oh, here's one from Berto. Question: who are you guys looking forward to take the next step in this team overall? You gonna take that one first, Trey?
Man, I got this. Grady Jarrett. I try to tell you, I don't. So
I'm gonna exclude Ritter. Oh, sorry, Mike.
No, I'm saying. No, I'm just saying. I don't think we've seen the peak of Grady Jarrett. I think we all be like, "Oh, he amazing." but that's with double teams and triple teams. I don't know. I think you're gonna see the best Grady Jarrett you ever seen. I ain't even lying. I think he gonna get even better. When it's now, dog, it's 2 people and now it's 1. I would assume he gonna do better. Just my assumption. I think we'll see
I love
the best
it.
Grady Jarrett.
I definitely agree with you, Mike. I think we're going to see the best version of him. Yeah, I'll exclude Ritter from this question because I think that's the answer. Like, obviously, like that's the guy I'm looking for. After that, I'm going to go back to Troy because second round pick, year 2, all the potential, very, very similar to what I think, what happened with Richie is what's going to happen with Troy. You're going to get to see him grow. You're going to see him get better, but he's somebody I'm looking for because if he can take that step, and if he has taken a big step, that's going to solidify the middle of the field for this football team. And it's truly going to solidify it because that is where the biggest hole is right now. And I'm not talking about the deep middle. We know Jesse's got that covered, but from 0 to 10, 0 to 12, that's the one hole right now where we need somebody to take that step because that's kind of where we'll get picked apart. Troy's the guy I'm looking for to take that step because he's got every tool in the world in order to do that. I'm not worried about if he can do it. I know he can do it. Just got to see it come together.
Love it. Hopefully, dude. Appreciate
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Coming through with the super chat, man. We appreciate it. And I just whiffed on the sound. I have a sounder for you, but I whiffed on it. See, we have to get better at that. But he said Ritter is going to be the guy who leads this group to a championship.
You're damn right.
How about it?
Hope so.
So I'm going to break the rule and just say, I'm going to give you 3 guys because it's my show, so I guess I can do that. I'll say Jeff Okudah, assuming he's healthy. Okay. Will be one because I think like Ark said earlier in the chat, you put him across from AJ, put him in this defense. He's out of Detroit, put him a deeper secondary overall, a good front 7. That all bodes well for him. Like I said before on the last show, he was third round. It was a 3rd pick overall for a reason. Like he's not a slouch. He's a good CB. Secondly, I would say Richie because I think with the addition of Bates and what we've done with the defense in general, like this is set up for Richie to be exactly what he was supposed to be coming out of college and take that next step. And then on the offensive side, Drake London, man, I want to see Drake London be. You saw what he possibly could be, I think, with Dez a lot more because they obviously had a connection those last 4 games that he did not have with Marcus. So just to see him kind of become that true elite kind of – and I don't know that – and Trey, we spoke on this a few shows ago. I don't know that you're going to see eye-popping numbers from like one individual on the offense because of the way Art wants to run the offense. Like you may see, obviously Bijan – or Tyler, both have 1,000+ yards or total yard, whatever you want to say. I don't know that you're going to have like a one particular standout guy. You may just see it spread across, but either way, like I want to see Drake kind of win those matchups and, become that kind of true number 1 guy that, you draft him in number 7 for overall. So 8, whatever it was, 8. Yeah. So yeah, that's my 3 guys. But yeah, Trey, you got any thoughts on that?
No, I think I think I agree that I don't necessarily know if you'll have one heavy hitter on the team this year in terms of production or who's going to be that guy, and that's pretty consistent when you look back at Art's offense in Tennessee as well. It's all about distribution. It's all about efficiency. It's not really about funneling everything through just one single player, one single person, which is why, they started with Kyle, then they added Drake, then they added Bijan. The goal is to have as many outlets as possible for whoever's distributing that football. So, no, spot on.
Yeah. Mike, you agree, buddy?
I just love what Trey said. The goal is to have as many outlets for who distributing that football, and I think we got that.
Find open space, man. Find open space and hit that guy in open space. That's it. Berto said bold prediction. McCole Pruitt doesn't make the team because yikes.
That's definitely I'm gonna agree with Berto. That's definitely who is fighting for that last tight end spot is the 2 of them.
Kerry said that's a bold prediction, Berto. I have to disagree. Art loves Pruitt. That's his guy. And did you watch the recent Arthur Smith mic'd up? He said Pruitt is always open. Pruitt made a fan of me last year.
I love Pruitt, but don't forget, because I think people forgot, Pruitt was in training camp with us last year and got cut.
That's true. That's
so
very true.
Art loves his guys. He'll cut his guys too if he thinks if he's making them right best.
Hey, what up?
You all right, man? What's going on, Ed? Good to see you, buddy. JJ the Great. What up? It's all good, man.
Hey, I have to ask this. Can y'all hear this dog?
I heard a little bit of a bark. Yeah, is that you?
Barely.
Is that Biscuit?
I'm gonna tell you. I just tried something new on the audio where it says, it says like cancel out background noise. And man, if I didn't hit that button this one time, this dude has been going crazy all show. I don't know if it's preseason. He's excited. He will not stop. He just will
definitely have not heard him all show.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's working. Shout out to technology.
Can't hold back Biscuit that much, man.
Big boy Bruce said,
I want to see a
sack. Don't we all?
How about multiples? How about multiple
times
sacks?
40?
Yeah, absolutely. Damn right. JD said, I want to see Bijan lined up out wide. Maybe. Ark said, yeah, wins in the preseason doesn't matter. I've seen teams go 0-4, 0-3 that make it deep in the playoffs or win a Super Bowl. Yeah, it is.
Okay,
exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying.
This knucklehead was sitting right outside the office trying to distract me. So
it's no better seat, buddy.
That's what I've been dealing with. Ark said, I wouldn't put Bijan on non-punt return duties. It would put him at a higher risk of injured, and I need my top 8 pick to stay healthy throughout the season if possible.
I'm going to tell you, I want to do it so bad. I just feel like if he got hurt, I have to move, and I couldn't come back ever to get a bill, to go to the club. I just couldn't come back. I get jumped. So that's why I'm putting CP back there.
I want my 8 to be healthy, but I'll tell you, man, right now I'm trying to put some Larry Johnson 05, 06 numbers on
goodness.
because we drafted a running back at 8, man. We're gonna use this running back as much as possible.
Yeah,
the Dixon Way, my man. What up?
What's going on, Larry, man? Make sure y'all check out Dixon Way as well. I didn't know he was in here already. Actually, you know what? He was the very first one in the chat. I just missed it. Larry, you probably don't know if you saw it, man. We were late because of Comcast being an asshole, but we're here now.
Man, Larry.
Jason Great said, only highlight from the Dolphins was Tyreek shaking Trey Flowers. P.S. You have to do that. My fellow Oklahoma State alumni like that. Hey, look at you. Just like you, Trey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, Tyreek's going to shake every single corner in the freaking league.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek freaking Hill.
That was Oklahoma State on Oklahoma State crime, at least, JJ. So, you don't have to feel too bad.
He's basically a damn Olympic athlete playing wide receiver. So, that's what you're looking at there. And JJ said, I expect Richie to take the next step. I hear you, man, with Bates in that free safety role for sure, man. And Larry said, Harrison's my pick for surprise on defense. Mac Hollins on offense. Mac Hollins, I think, is going to be just fine, man, from what we've seen, man. Tyler, what's up? He said, Pruitt, great depth. Yeah, man. Yeah. He said, JJ said he could hear that dog. And the doggy is ready to rise up. And hopefully it's like a who's who of content creators in the chat rise up. Hell yeah, man. We try to support everybody, man. We try to get everybody, we try to go watch everybody's shows. Oh, look at Biscuit. How about that? Biscuit making his live debut.
He wanted to be on the show today. You never do this, boy. You were acting the fool.
That is hilarious.
Do you have anything to say? Who's your breakout player?
He's got nothing to say now.
Yeah, now
he's embarrassed now.
I need my camera time.
No, Biscuit had a very good appearance though in the 10 stages being a Falcons fan. He had a very good supporting role in that one.
I saw his feature.
All right, man. So we pretty much covered everything we wanted to cover, man. Any final thoughts about tomorrow's game, Trey, before we close down that subject? Anything at all?
Man, it's
come out healthy.
It's the first preseason game. Enjoy it. Enjoy the good plays. Ignore the bad ones. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. It's just a fun leisure afternoon, And we're gonna see the guys make some plays, man. So we get to see some live contact. It's great. And hoping that I don't know, man. Just hoping that we set the tone for whatever the season's going to be. If anything, just set the tone with however they play, with whoever is playing. And let's just go play some ball, man. Let's just have a good time.
Yeah, man. Mike? I think you're muted, buddy.
I could tell. Yeah, your mic's not lit up.
Is it working now?
There you go.
Technology, baby, 2023. I want the fan to set the tone for themselves. Just set the tone for yourself and saying, I'm not gonna overreact this year. I'm not gonna be negative when somebody have a bad game.
You know that's just not gonna happen.
Just set the tone for yourself at the start, because you dealing with potential. So you're gonna see a lot of dudes when they gonna overrun the play, but they're gonna drop an interception. You're gonna see that. Now you're gonna see some great plays too. These are young people doing things that they just started doing in a brand new system. We all struggle when we started doing something new. All right. So just set the tone for yourself and understanding that you're seeing a process of improvement. Just set the tone. And bro, that's gonna look amazing sometimes, and you're gonna see the struggle sometimes. If you ever try to grow braids or dreads, it's a struggle period. It's a struggle period, man. When you always gotta wear it. It look gross, right? You always gonna have that struggle period with anything you do. So set the tone in yourself to not overreact or be negative this year, man. We all excited. I just want this to keep going. I don't want just say he come out and throw 2 interceptions in a game. Now I don't want our whole vibe to shift. That's what I'm saying. Just set the tone. Make up your mind right now. I'm gonna be positive, and we gonna win the Super Bowl.
Trey, you're laughing, buddy.
Y'all know me. There's a Trey on here. There's a Trey on Twitter.
Oh shit! Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yeah, man. I mean, I just echo what you guys said. I mean, not to freak out. I do want to see. I think we will. I think we'll see both the defense and the offense be aggressive, hard nosed, freaking. They come out and like just punch them in the mouth. That's what I want to see all season long, to be honest. But I want to see from the first snap to the end, man, just coming out being aggressive. You know, no previous regime. You know, be fast and whatever the hell the fucking the quote or saying was for that week. You know, like I don't care about the damn t-shirts or the slogans or anything else. Like just go out, play fast, play aggressive. You know, and let these young guys get some playing time, let them learn, and see who's going to beat each other out, because that competition is actually real this year for the first time in a while. So
goodness.
Yeah, so we're going to see the CB battle, the wide receiver 4-5 battle. You know, who's going to, a linebacker's going to step up like we want him to. I mean, everything.
Yeah, man. I was going to say, and the third-year vets on this team, have been like,
they've been through it, man.
Been through it. They've been, talked down on. They've been called the worst, whatever, by every analyst, So I definitely think, like you said, there's gonna be a little bit of added emphasis to come out, really, really bring it and show like, everything you saw during the reports this week, hearing about this D-line dominating, yeah, that's gonna carry over.
Yep,
that's who we are now. So
100%.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, me too, man. And Dixon Way said he's normally streaming when we're on. That's true. He streamed. If y'all didn't, I didn't say that. Dixon Way, him and his wife stream. Like literally, if you want to watch Braves game, you can watch it with them. Falcons, Hawks.
That's so dope.
Constant entertainment, man. It really is. And the Braves played earlier today and lost, so that's why he's able to watch it now, man. And Ark said, I agree. I'm done with slogans, John. Let's go get to business and show it on the field. That is right. I have to share this because my son wants me to. He said that he got a 99 Harold Carmichael cornerback card on Madden. He's super happy. So for all your Madden players, 99 Harold Carmichael is what he just scored. Anyway, so Mike, do you want to hit a quick underrated, overrated before we get out of here?
You want to do it?
Do you want to?
I say we do one.
Do one? Okay, that works. All right. You want to start it?
You start it.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I got one too if y'all don't.
Oh,
go ahead, Trey. You're the guest, buddy. You go right ahead.
Yeah.
Overrated, underrated. The forward pass.
Oh. I love it.
Please elaborate.
Overrated or underrated? The forward pass in the sport of football. Is it underrated or is it overrated? Is passing really the most exciting? Is that the best? Is that the best play or is it overrated? Is it starting to get talked over too much?
Yeah, it is.
No, I agree. That's pretty damn funny.
I'm saying underrated, man. Yeah.
No,
I thought you were actually asking the question. Oh,
no,
yeah,
I am
underrated.
asking.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, underrated. Damn right. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, underrated. I want to see more of it.
All right.
I understand we got to run, but the passing is the most exciting part.
That's the right answer.
Exactly.
That's a gut check. I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
No, dude, you're right.
So I got one. Overrated for this week is the Washington Commanders. Yeah, I said it. Okay. I grew up over there. I'm gonna tell you something. When grown men are going to tattletale that the coach is being too mean, I don't really like the way he talking to me because he being too harsh in practice. And dog, that's not even a football thing to do. We've never heard that in the history of the NFL on any other team, dog. So y'all be making fools of y'allself. Y'all always in the news for making fools of y'allself. Worst run organization, maybe in sport. Come on, man. It should never be that your football player. You know what type of shit the other team's gonna talk to y'all now. That y'all football players are saying it's too hard, it's too tough, and the way he talking to me, that's not very manly. That's not a football thing. So shout out to them for being overrated. Now being underrated, I gotta do this, man. Pee Wee Herman, underrated Pee Wee Herman, man. Shout out to Pee Wee Herman, dog. Because I remember him for the greatness instead of what he, I remember Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman is hilarious, and bro, that's a statement. It's the weirdest, most unique thing that you ever seen in your life. If you don't know what that is, you're just the weirdest thing, but the most entertaining thing you've ever seen. So, shout out to him. He just passed away. Underrated Pee Wee Herman.
Very good. I'm gonna go. Overrated is freaking voice command on your phone. That shit never works for me.
Never.
And then you're supposed to use it when you're driving and stuff like that. No, that makes it worse because it doesn't understand what I'm saying. Then I have to go in and delete stuff and then go back and try to. It's completely useless, man. Like if I sent some of the stuff that I just said into it, it's ridiculous, dude. I can't. Yeah, I can't even. I can't deal with that. Underrated, man. This is. It's a. I was debating on two different underrateds, but I'll go ahead and do this one, man. Underrated, man. Everybody that's watched or tuned into us this entire offseason, we had nothing to talk about except for damn articles and terrible journalism that we saw from time to time. But for y'all to tune in every week and hang out with us and get to chat with us or watch the replays, we just went over 60,000 views on YouTube, which blows my mind. So thank y'all for that. And the Chelsea, the Spotify and the iTunes keep shooting up as well, man. So all of y'all are underrated, man. Damn it, for supporting us through the off season, because we were debating on, should we just take the off season off or should we just keep going? But after the draft, and we kept going, and it's been awesome, man. So we appreciate you guys for hanging in there the entire time.
Yes, I second that. We love y'all for that. Like, we genuinely got love for y'all for doing that and supporting us through it.
That's right, man. And I just had for anybody that's coming out to the creator meetup next Saturday, got an important update on that. So we're still doing Taco Mac, but it's going to be the one in Hiram now, and it looks like Big Low has secured the entire patio. So the patio will be ours.
Big Low,
Low coming through in the clutch, baby. So it's going to be, and we'll put this out on our socials, on Twitter and everything else, but it's 5886 Windy Bagwell Parkway in Hiram, Georgia, for anybody that wants to write that down. But yeah, it's next Saturday, 7 p.m. Anybody that's local, feel free to come on out, man. Have some beers, chat it up with us. It'll be after, we play the Bengals before that. So it'll be after the second preseason game. So I'll have that to talk about, or anything else y'all want to talk about, man. You'll come up, like I said, have a beer. Eat some, what did Mike say last week? Did you say have some cheese sticks? Whatever.
Man,
whatever.
Trey gonna catch his private plane. He gonna be there. Like, I'm telling you.
No, it'll be us. I'm gonna forget somebody. It'll be us, Uncle Steve, Smitty, Fleek will be there from New Millennium Falcons. It's Twisted Torch will be there. Terry, Pound for Pound, of course, will be there. JNR, Jonathan. I think that's it. Uncle Steve, if I mentioned him already, he'll be there. So yeah, hopefully I got everybody. But like I said, just look for the flyer. We'll put it out there, man. It'll be good. CJJ agrees with me, man. Voice command overrated. Hates you. I ask her stuff sometimes and she gives me completely wrong answers. Like I asked her earlier if she could read an article to me, and she said like I can't look that up or something. I'm like, that's not what I ask you. You're supposed to be. This is not how it's supposed to be. So but yeah, and JJ the Great said Commanders are just rated. My dad, Commanders fans, will understand your feelings about them. Dude, yeah, it's been bad, man. It's been I mean, now I guess with they actually have a thing to get a petition to get the name back to Redskins. Y'all seen that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's like thousands of signatures to change it back to the Redskins. So
I just think the Commanders thing sucked. Like I thought it was like temporary for like one season, then they would change.
I had the perfect name, but nobody wanted to listen to me.
What was you saying, Trey?
Oh, I was gonna say the Red Tails. People are like Red Tails, and it's like DC. That's a World War II fighter pilot group of Black and Native American men.
Oh, that would be perfect.
What would have been a better tribute and a better way to
you could have done some
like
cool
extend the olive branch to that
Mhm.
community than to actually honor them with a name that like would show them respect.
Mhm.
That was my guess. I know people like the Red Wolves, but I'm like, Red Wolves? I'm like, wait, have you been to DC? There ain't no Red Wolves.
No, hell no. There's no rules around there. No.
But Red Tails, that's what I wanted them to change to, and Commanders somehow, because I don't know, man.
Also, on a quick underrated, man, all the folks that went on there and created some kind of madness from that Montgomery riverboat thing.
That's
y'all had me entertained all damn week, man.
Yeah. That's hilarious. It's a song.
Dude, do you see the one they did a recreation like in a pool?
I did, yeah.
Like,
that's hilarious.
Oh my god, man. That kept me
I'm still laughing at whoever's granddaddy that was that brought the chair out.
They did the street. Somebody did a Street Fighter edit.
Yeah,
and like
they said they're looking for him. They said they're asking for him to come.
Hey, that's hilarious.
Somebody hides their granddad. Don't let him leave.
He was going to town with that chair. He was getting at everybody.
Oh yeah, we came out the lady just sitting there, just like full on WWE, man.
And it was so funny because after that, the cops were like, "All right, we got." They're like, "We didn't want to, but they're like, we gotta put you in cuffs now, man. Like you just popped this woman."
He was hitting the women. He didn't care who he was swinging that dude for anybody that was in the way.
Y'all see the dude?
He was ready to go.
Y'all saw the guy that ran and jumped in the water.
Yeah. Oh, that was hilarious. That swam over there.
Like, never mind. No, dude, that was running away. Like he got off the boat.
Oh, I saw him. He went and like hid behind the boat almost. Like he went and jumped in the corner. Yeah.
A couple of dudes were coming toward him. And he just went back, boom, jumped in the water.
Smartest guy in that crew.
I'm good. Shit, man.
That's why I always say, man, give everybody respect because you never know when you're picking on people. My father told me this: when you're picking on people, eventually you pick wrong, and you get the consequences for that. So don't be picking on people, man.
Damn right.
Millie Mills, what up?
Good to see you, man. All right, man. So we're going to close it down. Get out of here. Trey, dude, thank you for joining us. Kind of a last
Always
minute.
A pleasure.
But we were glad to have you back on, dude. We're glad that you guys are back on and getting ready to record and have a good season, man.
Man, excited to be back.
Wait to do shows with y'all again, man.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. No, man, it was great being back. Anytime y'all want me here, I'm here, man. It was awesome. Love talking ball with y'all.
Appreciate you, Jordan, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, like Mike said, man, y'all relax tomorrow. Enjoy the game. Enjoy watching these young kids go out there and fight for a job. And we'll be back, like I said, on Sunday at 4 p.m. to talk about it. And we'll probably be about an hour show, probably, maybe even less. We'll go through the game and then whatever else pops up, and maybe play a new game or something like that. Who knows? But anybody that was new tonight, man, appreciate y'all for watching. The chat was hopping, man. I couldn't get to everybody. If I did, we'd have a 3-hour show. So I hope y'all understand. But we love y'all being here, man, and watching this live. It means the world, man, that y'all take time out of your evening or night to come and chill with us. If you're watching the playback, man, appreciate you just watching. Hit the like button for us so we can get out to more Falcons fans and keep growing the way we've been growing, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, trying to get there sometime during the season. We probably will. I think so. That's pretty safe to say. I think we're at around 750 now, which is great. So just want to keep on growing. If you're listening to us, Spotify, iTunes, man, drop us a 5-star review. It takes 5 seconds, and we much appreciate it. Helps us grow on those platforms as well, or anywhere that you're listening to us. That helps out, man. Shout out to VarietySports again for hosting us. As always, check them out. And they have a new sponsor as well. And I can't go without mentioning that. They are now affiliated with homefieldapparel.com. If you put in the promo code VarietySports, you will get first-time buyers get 15% off the order. They got a lot of college apparel and stuff like that, so cool shit if you want to go check that out. So as always, man, we appreciate those guys. You can email us at atlfalconfancast@gmail.com because we know not everybody's on Twitter. I understand it. So, we have to be. And we've met some great people on there, but if you're not on there, I get it. I totally understand. So you can email us. We've had some good emails over the time we're doing the show. So feel free. If it's too long to tweet, you want to email it out, again, atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. And again, next Saturday, 7 p.m. at Taco Mac in Hiram. Feel free to come out, meet us, have fun, have a few beers, watch them, whatever's on TV, and enjoy yourself. So, Mike, you got anything else, buddy?
Just thank you to Trey, man, for always coming on. Every time we ask Trey, he come through and he always give us a great show. So thank you, Trey.
Hell yeah, always, man. Trey, share with everybody where they can find you and your show and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. And just again, want to say thanks for having me on. Always love coming on. You can find me on man, it's Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Treshawn, TRE3SHON, and then follow the boys, follow the pod at NM Falcons, New Millennium Falcons podcast. Got a great group of guys over there. We're really excited to start getting everything back up and going, and I'll start doing some co-streams with the boys here.
Damn right. Yeah, man, you might see us on there, and or you will see us on there at some point, just guaranteed. These guys, those guys, make sure if you're not subscribed to them, go subscribe to them because
please do.
Yeah, I'll put their link in the description of this video so you can find them. They started up their new channel, I think, the night of the draft, wasn't it?
Yeah,
yep. Draft.
So that was the first stream. So yeah, then they're gonna be back at it. So make sure you drop us up there, man. It's Trey, it's Adam. If you're on Twitter, Damsky, Fleek, Savion will be hopping in there. I'm sure still Hunter might be in there. I know he's been busy. So the same crew though, right?
Yeah. Same crew.
Got everybody.
Yeah, no.
So make sure y'all drop us up there, man, because those are our guys and. That's it, man. So we will see you guys on Sunday. Let's have a good time tomorrow. Let's get a win. Let's get everybody out healthy. More importantly, let's not have any damn injuries tomorrow, okay? So y'all say a prayer for that. So, yeah. Mike, take us out, buddy.
We got to go. My dog is out of his Falcon mind. But I love you guys for tuning in. Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.